Rhea, Monolith, Casbah. Not really expecting the Monolith pick. You don't see Monolith picked very often. I think it's one of the lesser picked maps in this cup altogether. But then I don't think we've watched much DistantLight in these cups, at least not recently. So yeah, it's probably one of the main picks for DistantLight, I would think. Alright, this should be a good matchup. Like I said earlier, if you weren't here before, DistantLight and Pavel is a matchup that's come up quite often in the TimCon monthly cups that we used to run. So often, in fact, that they asked me to not place them in the bracket together, and I was like, you know what, is fair enough. Like, they had to face each other like 3 times in a row, like 3 months in a row or something like that. It was crazy. And they were always sort of close matches. They were always entertaining matches from what I can remember. I think Pavel has improved a lot since then, because at the time Pavel had just started playing. He was playing on a bad PC. I don't know if he still has the hardware troubles, but he definitely has gotten a lot more used to Diabotical since then. Because that was around the time he first started sort of appearing in cups and whatnot. And obviously, you know, being Pavel, I'm really excited, expecting big things, and he didn't really perform all that well, and that's probably due to his hardware limitations at the time. Because when he did go on the first, what was it called? The first Russian LAN. What was the Russian LAN called? I forget. Was it like, no, it wasn't District. Diabotical District is the thing. A factory LAN. He did really well, yeah. Yeah, he did really well on the factory LAN. Presumably because, you know, he had good hardware, 144 frames, or at least, you know, I would expect on those PCs. But I don't know what kind of hardware he's on now. But you know, he is doing a lot better than he has done in the past. So shout outs to Pavel. This should be a good match. Unless it isn't, and that I've just talked all that nonsense for no reason. Let's find out. Big rockets there from Pavel. Or was that a grenade? Hard to tell. That was going to let him secure this red. DistantLight has already backed off. Meeting up at the second blue. Ooh. Lots of damage for both players there. Left pretty low. Yikes, that was a questionable move there from DistantLight. Let's try and press on that red, and dropping down there again. Bit of a mistake. Oof, that rocket. Keeping Pavel at bay. DistantLight's clever AO. Oh. Just that forcing that jump and then hitting that rail is such good play. Oh wow though, DistantLight with the damage. 8 HP left for Pavel in the end. Very close fight there. Long-winded fight as well. Took place over about 3 rooms. Pavel just hanging out. Red is the next item to spawn, apart from these blues. But those can't benefit him right now. Cannot pick up those blues unless you're below 150 armor, I believe. Pavel with the superior armor stack, but lacking a lot in health. DistantLight probably with the better stack overall. But he doesn't want to fight. He wants to fight on his terms. Is he going to make a move? Yeah, he is. I was just thinking, is he going to make a move with that Implosion Weevil in? Oh, this is... Oh, wow. Okay. Just hit all the shots then. Nice one. A good move with the implosion weeble. I see a lot of people doing that. They pick up that implosion weeble from that corner and use it almost immediately to launch themselves onto that red. And that did work out. And yeah, I can't believe all those grenades missed. It was so close. Nice rail to finish. Guess the red for his troubles as well. And now the red and Mega are really, really close together. See how this one plays out. Pavel is just scavenging for some blue armor. Got all the weapons, and wow, what a prediction rocket there from DistantLight. Moving back over to this red. DistantLight more concerned with the Mega. It's going to be a split. There's that implosion weeble back. Decent play from Pavel. Nice rocket damage. Unreturned damage. Oh, until that rail and that second rail from DistantLight. Wow, that is very punishing there. Pavel was doing well, he could have gotten out. But 2 rails in the back. No bets? Oh, I forgot the bets. Alright, there you go. Place your bets. Who's going to win? This is for the entire best of 3. Pavel or DistantLight. You got 5 minutes. $1K on my boy Pavel. Interesting. We are 2-2, of course, just over halfway. Approaching that 6-minute mark. Oh, messy fight for Pavel. Did well catching DistantLight in the air with that shaft, but he just doesn't have enough sack to withstand that fight. DistantLight is just stronger. Ooh. Almost catching Pavel out there, but Pavel does see him up on that perch. Doesn't miss much, our Pavel. There's the Mega. Not too much damage from Pavel on that pickup. Both players now want to set up for that red. Pavel's gonna be... What?! You can't do that! Did you see that fucking rail? That went through the floor, bro. That was a quick live rail if I'd ever seen one. Yeah, DistantLight hitting 50% rail. Pavel 52. The shaft is identical as well, both hitting 27%. Oh, good damage here from DistantLight. That drop though, very questionable. Pavel was low, but he's not that low. 7 minutes in and we're still tied up. This has been neck and neck the entire game pretty much. And the looks like the betting is split pretty much down the middle as well. 50%. Around 10k for each. I told you this would be it. Did I not say this would be a good match? I called it, bro. People say I don't know what I'm talking about. Pavel. I love how calm Pavel is. Look at this. He's just... I mean, he might be nervous, but look, he's keeping his composure, moving around, not making any noise, just getting the items he needs, scavenging. Setting up for that red. DistantLight's already there. Of course, he probably knew that. It's a fight of the Weebles. Pavel's got a much stronger Weeble than you, though. Oh, the grenades! Wow! What? Oh my god, Pavel, that is... Oh, I wish I saw that from DistantLight's point of view. Wow, that was insane. That's so unfortunate. Pavel thinks he's doing a good job of dodging these grenades, and then one grenade's just like, I'm going to bounce off of this back wall and come back and hit you. And then DistantLight somehow ready for that shot with the rail. Insane stuff. Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was impressive from DistantLight to hit that rail, to be ready for that. But like that initial grenade, bro, come on, fucking grenades. That's the one thing I like about Quake Champions is the sheer lack of grenade launcher. Don't get me wrong, the tri-bolt is pretty annoying as well, but I think it's less annoying overall than the grenade launcher, to be honest. It's just my personal opinion. Bang! Right at the top of that jump pad. Goodbye, Pavel. And it looks like it's starting to slip away from Pavel now. Almost at the 10-minute mark. It is 5-3 in DistantLight's favour. Starting to pull away with it, although it's only 2 frags. And this isn't a, you know, breakneck pace map, but it's not terribly slow either. It's easily doable, 2 frags. 1 minute left until golden frag. Unless DistantLight or Pavel have anything to say about that. Setting up for the red. Good damage from Pavel. Is it going to be enough? Yes. And he's got a decent stack. He just could use a little health bubble or two, and then he's pretty strong. That blaster though, we've seen how much damage it can do. Nice. Pavel pretty low though. He really needs to get this next mega clean. Taking his sweet time to get it. Where's DistantLight? He's rushing over to deal some damage on that mega. Pavel still hasn't got it. Right, that should be enough to push DistantLight away. Are you kidding me, Pavel? What? How does that happen? How do you let that happen? Did he fall off? Like, did he trip or something? I don't know. That seems really weird. And yeah, DistantLight just gonna wait here. Deal tons of damage to Pavel. We are tied up though, 6-6. Pavel, not great stack here. Hurting for items. He's going to be waiting a long time for this mega. DistantLight is going to get the reds. He'll be rushing over here as soon as he can, I imagine. Oh! The direct from Pavel is going to be more than enough to make DistantLight think twice about pursuing him through that room. Pavel just needs to keep his distance and stay on top of these items. He's setting up for this red now. DistantLight trying to move in. Although those rockets should be enough to push him away for the pickup. And he is going to be making his way back to the mega room. 10 seconds till mega. Sorry, 5 seconds till mega. Pavel in no position to pick it up. There's the golden frag for both players. Red and 7. Where is Pavel? He is exactly where DistantLight thinks he is. What a match here. They're going to meet up here across the way. Oh, DistantLight catches Pavel, but Pavel doesn't see DistantLight. Wow, right around the corner. Both sneaking. DistantLight went through that telly. He's on the upper. Gets the mega. Not for free though. Will be a trade on the major items. DistantLight arguably in a better position. Although full armor stack for Pavel is hard to argue with. Just gonna wait, just gonna play patiently. Again, that little green weeble is not a green Eggwp. Made that mistake plenty of times. Whoa, big rocket through the smoke. Double weeble play here. Oh, very brave. I can't believe he got that red. Couple of rockets. Oh, Pavel needs to get out of there. He's got the armor stack. He needs to just stack up on health a little bit, and then he'll be in a much better position. There's the mega pickup. Can he get it for free? Wow, no damage from DistantLight. Let's switch over to them. They're really hurting for armor right now. Picking up the scraps available. Red and 5. Pavel in a better position for it. DistantLight not even going to challenge. Nice rail. It's a good opener to a fight. Oh, that drop down could have been punished pretty hard from DistantLight, but he wasn't in the right position. Pavel should be rushing for this frag, but he doesn't want to overextend. We already talked about that. He did that in the previous game against Trolls. Didn't cost him much though, but against DistantLight, I don't know. He really wants that blue armor. Pavel should know that. I guess he thinks he probably already took it. Big rails there. 85 damage from DistantLight, I believe that was. And that'll be enough to dissuade Pavel. Rail fight across mid? Nah, Pavel doesn't want that fight. Switch over. See how he's getting on. All the items synced up. We got 3 items spawning at the same time here. Another blue and 5. Pavel's going to back off for that red. DistantLight presumably taking the mega. Both stacking up on those blues. There's 1 extra blue. Pavel can't take it, because he already got the reds. Again, golden frag here for both players. Almost 15 minutes in. Wow, what a match here. This is only the first map. Let's go. This is Pavel's pick. Oh my god, and there's the karma. What goes around comes around when it comes to grenades. And another hundo direct rocket. That's a lot of damage. DistantLight to be taken, he can't afford that right now. Mediocre stack at best here for DistantLight. Even with that blue, barely makes a difference. If Pavel gets a drop on him now, could be lights out. But yeah, it's not going to happen, is it? These players just don't get the drop on each other. You know what I mean? They always know where the other is, seemingly. Although DistantLight seems to have lost Pavel, but he hears him coming up the stairs behind him. Wow, I didn't even hear that shit. Probably because I'm talking so much nonsense. It's going to be a battle for this next item cycle. What's going to happen? They're both just dancing around the items. Pavel does eventually back off for that red. DistantLight gets the mega. Both on really high stacks now. DistantLight with more health though. Arguably the better stack. And with that opening rail as well. God, this is such a tense match. Whoa. This is questionable from DistantLight. I don't know about this rush, and that's going to be it. Pavel takes it on the first map, his own pick. You think I'm one of the best casters overall? Bro, that's interesting. I appreciate it, don't get me wrong. Yeah, I know, mate, I know. Some of those grenades and rockets felt almost magnetic, you know? Lost all your rent money on it. Well, the prediction, the betting is for the entire best of 3. This is DistantLight's map pick. There's potentially another 2 maps to go in this series. But yeah, that was probably one of the most exciting matches I've seen in Eggwp played so far. I can't remember the last time I saw Pavel play this map. I'm not quite sure how it plays out. I do know that DistantLight kind of likes this one. I've seen him pick it before. What was the decider was Casbah. I'm not sure who that favours, to be honest. Instinct would say Pavel, just because I know Pavel's the kind of slow, methodical player who, you know, does well on maps like Casbah. But then again, I'm not discounting DistantLight. He's not incapable of doing that slow methodical play just like Pavel is, and we saw that in the previous map, you know, it was really fucking close. Both of them playing very carefully, being very aware of each other. Ultimately though, DistantLight just overextending for an item in the end. That was all it took, you know? Pavel we're waiting on now. It's ready up. Speak of the devil. Let's go. DistantLight with the mega spawn. Pavel gets on that red eventually. Pavel with the far superior weapon stack. He's got the shaft, which could make a big difference in this initial fight, but it looks like it's only going to be rockets and rail. There is that shaft pickup for DistantLight. Full arsenal at his disposal. Red going to be the next item up. Pavel probably setting up for it now. There it is. DistantLight nowhere to be seen in this red room. Presumably waiting for that mega. There's the pickup. No damage from Pavel. Although that was a very ambitious rocket. Do you see where he placed that rocket? It was at the top of the jump pads on the other side of the map. That would have been... yeah, that would have been a very impressive shot had it connected, but not quite. It's good awareness though, like, just to do that, just to throw that rocket over there. Oof. Little bits of damage here and there. DistantLight arguably coming out on top. Not much of an engagement, to be honest. Wow, there's that drop from DistantLight, catching Pavel off guard. He is going to get the mega though, so ultimately didn't really mean much. DistantLight is left worse off. Oh, the grenades again. Grenades have been very dangerous in this series so far. Big rails from DistantLight, let's switch over to them. They got a solid stack now. Solid stack, and the red is still to come up. Pavel not hitting any of these pincer shots. Mega will be next. DistantLight got a clear path to go and take it. Pavel almost, you know, letting him have it. Just saying, yeah, whatever. Oh, he knew where he was as well. Pavel knew he was directly above him. So he does answer with a good bit of damage. Oh, that rail just before he went behind the wall. Get away from those grenades, Pavel. You know how dangerous they are. To be fair, the lifts look way worse in spec than they do normally, but I know what you mean. This is a long time to sit on this podium. A really long time. And that could be the death of Pavel. That 50 is going to help quite a bit. There goes DistantLight. Not interested in pursuing any further through that corridor. So Pavel, lucky to get away with his life, in my opinion. Still 0-0, 3 minutes in. Both sneaking into that pincer room for the mega. Pavel's going to back off for the reds. Sorry, DistantLight backing off for the reds. Pavel takes the mega. DistantLight always with these rails. Pavel, 0% rails for Pavel. I don't know how many he's shot, we can't check yet. DistantLight hitting 63. Now arguably he hasn't shot that many yet, but you know, it's regardless of how many fired that is, it's a hell of a lot more than hell of a lot more damage than what Pavel's doing with that gun. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil, Pavel does hit his first pincer of the game. Oh, and another one through the gap. That was very impressive. And another. And another. One more. Oh. I don't think Pavel was ready for that drop. I don't think Pavel expected him to drop there. great stack here now for Pavel. DistantLight has very little. Wow, but when you do stuff like that, it doesn't matter. Just hit all your shots and it doesn't matter. See what I mean about the slow, methodical gameplay? We're almost 5 minutes in, 0 frags. Very typical game from two old Russians. It may as well be Blood Run that we're watching right now. Hey, not that I'm complaining, and wow, DistantLight with the big balls just comes in and takes that blue. He says, "Oh, you want that blue, Pavel?" Nah, that's my blue. Massive dick move, to be honest. Oh, don't mention the M13 and Pavel's name in the same sentence, please. I've seen too many like 30-minute duels with Pavel on DM13, 10 overtimes versus Kelson, like on more than one occasion. And it's Pavel's turn to hit insane rails that shouldn't work. But it's not going to amount to much. Just being in a terrible position there. Not aware of DistantLight's positioning, and does take a rail for his trouble on the way out. So DistantLight now back on top in terms of stack. Just going to be hanging out near this red for the time being. Ooh, this is kind of dodgy fight. DistantLight taking a lot of damage there. Not ready for Pavel being on those that stairway. Just looking for that first pick. Oof. Double miss. Back to DistantLight, going to be hanging around for this red. Where's Pavel? He's coming in low. Or high? Yeah, he's coming high. We're trying to cut DistantLight off on the other side. It's kind of a smart move, but he's not quick enough. There could have been a nice trap there from Pavel. Just not quite working out. The timing just didn't quite work. We're so close though. Rat Simulator 2021. It really is. We're almost 7 minutes in and no frags yet. This is a very Russian duel right now. Oh, big damage. In the corner, this could be it. This could be first frag. Oh, big damage from both players. That red just sitting there, and Pavel with the rail gets that frag. Let's go. Only took 7 minutes. It only took 7 minutes, lads. Don't worry about it. Maybe in another 7 minutes he'll get another frag. Make a pickup. Nice rail before that red for DistantLight. That's going to be enough to keep Pavel at bay for another little while. Stacks relatively similar, and that rail is going to do a lot for DistantLight. Really important to hit these unreturned shots, you know? Unreturned damage is... that's what the rail is for, and what? That is just disgusting. You walk into that rocket like that. It's one of those ones where you dodge right into it, you know what I mean? You try and dodge the rocket and you end up just walking into it like a rocket magnet. Look at this, DistantLight, even with that stack advantage, just taking his time. 80 damage pincer, we quick live rail now. Mega coming up next, Pavel presumably getting ready to set up for it. Oh, but DistantLight is in his way between him and the Mega, and that's going to be another frag. 1-1 now, almost 9 minutes in. Big rocket jump to the reds. Pavel's already going to be there. Even stacks. All the weapons at play. Ooh, DistantLight is so lucky not to take a rail right there. It's not. It's weird though, on like for these players to turn these corners without the rail out, you know. Oh, wow! Did you see how much fucking damage he did with that? That was like the first time I've seen that used well. That was so much damage. Yeah, that was crazy, bro. That was a rail. He just hit a rail around the corner. We really are UT now, boys. DistantLight with another frag, making it 2-1, but he's so low and you can't just sit there and lay an egg on the red, bro. You cannot. Two to 2, nearly 10 minutes in. Oh, and DistantLight caught just looking the wrong direction. Yeah. I feel you, bro. Oh, and he does it again. He decides, you know what? That wasn't enough damage I took the first time. Let me go up this fucking jump pad again and take even more damage. But it's working! Look at that! It worked! That doesn't make any sense. My god. And again, just flying up a jump pad in front of your opponent is fine. Nice slow weeble, that is going to dissuade DistantLight from jumping. If he jumps... Oh, Pavel just not in a good position to deal damage there. Like, he did what he wanted him to do. DistantLight jumped into that slow field, just what Pavel wanted. But he just wasn't in a good position to do damage. If he had stayed where he originally was, where he threw the slow, he could have got so much more shaft damage in that pickup. But placing the pillar between him and DistantLight meant that, you know, as soon as DistantLight took the red, he was gone. You know, I mean, he was behind the pillar, safe from damage. So it was a good play, but he just, if he stepped 2 steps to the right, if he hadn't have done that, he would have been in a much better position to do more damage. There is the golden frag for Pavel. DistantLight needs to get out of here. He's on very low HP. The items are synced up, almost synced up, so that, yeah, DistantLight should get that mega, but oh, the damage coming out from DistantLight with that shaft is significant. And DistantLight barely took any damage. Look, he's almost full health, he just needs some armor. And then he can... Oh! Rails like that, though, are not going to help. Oh, are you kidding me? How did that rocket not hit? What the fuck? Did that rocket look like it went through his fucking legs? Yo, James. Get James on the blower. This game is broke. I'm not even kidding, that made no sense. What the fuck just happened? Wow, and Pavel dies. Like, he should have had that frag on the, well, maybe not the frag, but he should have denied the red pickup from DistantLight, or he should have got a 100 damage rocket. One of those three. That was crazy. That was some quick champions rockets right there. Nice. But it's so good, like the timing on that attack is so good to get. Oh, there it is. There it is. And it was down to the timing on that red attack. Like, if DistantLight had been just a second later, Pavel would have got that. Pavel would have got that red and probably survived that last rail. Moving on to the third map, it is going to be Casbah. 1-1 here. Not game, it's map collision bug. Care to shed any more light on that? The rocket didn't explode though, it went through. It's not like it exploded on a prop and then didn't deal any damage. Because it's not like a prop shielded him from that explosion. The rocket didn't explode, it went right through. At least that's what it looked like. Yeah, that's what I think happened. It looked like it went, like, if you're to make sense of it, because it looked like it didn't make any sense, but if you are to make sense of it, then it was probably just fired at a perfect angle that let it go past Pavel and past the, like, aimed a little bit too high to hit the platform itself. But, you know, from our point of view, it looked like it went right through Pavel's legs. Oh, here we go, here's the clip. Analyze the clip in slow-mo. Yeah, it did seem like it went through the floor. Hold on, let me get this shot on slow-mo. Okay, wow. DistantLight dodged it by a fucking ball hair. And then it looks like it goes through the pillar. Yeah, well done, Jeff. Yeah, the rocket should have exploded on the pillar, but it didn't. But it definitely went past DistantLight's hitbox, it didn't... Yeah, yeah, exactly. But like, DistantLight did dodge the rocket, at least. So it's not all bad. It's just very, very unfortunate for Pavel that that happened that way. But yeah, should send that clip to Raven and see if he can maybe, I don't know, sort something out on that map, because that was a prank, bro. Probably lost him the game. I don't know if I would say it lost him the game. There was way more to the game than just that one. But yeah, it would have made a... Oh, how do you not hit that? How do you sneak up on your opponent like that and not capitalize with a full damage rocket, bro? You waited too much. That was weird. No, I wouldn't say he lost the map, but you know, it definitely would have played out differently. Overcooked it. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and say that lost him the map, because the map was, you know, it's 12 minutes long. You can't put it down to one moment like that. But you know, it definitely would have played out far differently. You're not wrong. This is the real final, because we know the final is not going to be exciting in the least, right? There's no Backstein, there's no Dazator today, it's just Agent, and I think Pavel and DistantLight are probably the top two, like, after him. After Agent, that is, so... No offense to Pavel or DistantLight, but I don't see them taking it over Agent today, so this is the real final, enjoy it while it lasts. Well, it's arguably not a bug, right? It's just bad map design. It's just bad map creation, really. Like the props, that the rocket should have exploded on that platform, but it didn't, and that's probably not a game bug. It's probably just it's not a bug. It's just, well, presumably it's not a bug. It's the map collision not being done properly or well enough. Oh, big drop onto DistantLight. And Pavel almost regrets it. Yo, Sal. With the massive raid. How's it going, everybody from the OCE scene? We're watching Pavel versus DistantLight. It's 1-1 in map score. 1-1 in frags as well. This has been a very, very close match, so please sit back and enjoy. Who designed the map? I think originally that map was done by Stickfoot. I don't know who else worked on it though. Presumably it wasn't 100% him. And did you see that grenade bounce off the back wall and hit Pavel in the back again? Like a repeat from Rhea. Jesus Christ. These nades, yeah, the grenades today, especially in this series, have been fucking mental. There really is no escape from these magnetic grenades, it seems. What's happening, nade danger? Oh, look at that! He just saw his feet. Just saw his feet sitting on the top of that jump pad there. Big rail. That was a very aggressive rail, wasn't it? So we're 5 minutes in, and only 3 frags, but it feels like a really quick Casbah, doesn't it? It feels like things are moving fast in this game. No Pavel to be seen. He's over at the red. Just avoiding DistantLight, really. He's only got 100 health. Doesn't even have a shaft. There he is. Hello. Just going back for another cheeky look. Oh, that's a big rocket. Here, take that one and eat it. Eat all of it. Finish your dinner. Drop down. Pavel's watching. Not quite. He's going back to the reds. Clean mega pickup for DistantLight. Got a monstrous stack now. And there's a cheeky little rail. Is there going to be another? Nah, he's backed off to the reds. Not that he even needs it. Yeah, he's going to leave it for a little bit. So it doesn't sync up with the mega too badly. Pavel's not coming down there yet. He is in that corridor, but watch out for the grenades. Oh! A direct grenade there from Pavel. Yeah, the direct nades, and just in this matchup alone, this series have been crazy. Bonk. Put a bonk on it. Oh, that rail coming through the teleporter. So clean. Where is Pavel? Trying to scavenge for some blues. DistantLight. Sniffing out Pavel. He knows he's down there. Nice. 3-1 now for DistantLight. Pavel just taking that mega off the spawn. No armor to his name and only a rocket, presumably. Now has that rail, of course. Rocket rail in that corner of the map. Uh-oh. DistantLight didn't want to fall down there. He wanted to come in from up top. This is arguably way worse for him. It's going to let Pavel get that red, probably. A little movement mistake like that can cost you a lot. Of course, I've never made any movement mistakes. Being a high class defragger that I am. That's a weird drop from DistantLight. To just give him that red. Like, I understand he wanted to get out of that slow weeble, but I don't know, that was weird. I think he just gave that one away by dropping there. Who knows? DistantLight is going to get on that mega. 2-3 now. 8 minutes in. Oh, nice little jump there. I didn't know you could do that. DistantLight will get that next reds. Massive stack for D-Light. I'm going to call him D-Light from now on. Sunny D. Oh, that rail out of fucking nowhere. Pavel was not ready for that. Red and Mega perfectly synced up here. What's going to happen? DistantLight is on the reds. Ooh, just narrowly avoiding that rocket through the teleport, and it's not even an item split. Like, DistantLight does a little bit of damage before that mega pickup. Oh, and the rail after. Oof, that's a lot of damage coming out from DistantLight. Making the most of that item split. Usually the mega is not the choice, Like, if you have an item split like that, usually you don't want the Mega, right? And I think it's pretty clear why, because if you don't have any armor to back it up, it's worth very little. But if you can get like a yellow, sorry, maybe 2 blues or a yellow in a Mega, it's usually worth it. But generally speaking, if you get a Mega without armor, it's not really that important. Just means you die slightly slower. Oh, he should have kept that angle. Pavel just came through that, sorry, DistantLight came through that teleporter just after Pavel looked away. And I'm sure we can all relate to that one. Yeah, that's true enough, actually. Shoutouts to Backstein, keeping me on my toes. Oh no, I've exposed myself. I've exposed myself for not knowing anything about Duel. I'm doing very well. Okay, thanks. And wow, that pressure from DistantLight. A little bit of a mistake there. Pavel capitalizing on that push, but he is now really low. He's got a little bit of armor, but needs some more health to back up. And I personally wouldn't try and challenge for this fight. DistantLight with the high ground. He's only got rockets though, I think, and shaft, and it is golden fry for DistantLight. Pavel needs a couple more. Gets the Mega. DistantLight on the reds. Pavel going to get this next blue. And that's a pretty good stack from Pavel. If only he didn't get caught in a situation like that, this could be... Oh, that item switch, that weapon switch almost being the death of Pavel. Both players left on very, very little HP. And wow, there's the mirror shot. Let's go. DistantLight being very ambitious with that shotgun secondary. It did serve him well on the previous map, but not quite here. Big damage on the Mega. DistantLight is going to get it, but that's... yeah, there you go. It ain't worth much. Just takes an extra rocket from Pavel. Pavel's stack now not great. He can't push into this room while DistantLight has that shaft out. So that is going to be a free red, almost, for DistantLight. Nice prediction rocket, but it's not going to be enough. Wow, that 80 damage real well though. And the stacks here are so low. They both want this red. Both on golden frag. So we are essentially now sudden death. Next frag wins. Mega is gone. Taken by DistantLight. Oh. Just out of shaft range. Just barely out of shaft range. Pavel maybe not quite aware of that Mega. And that is going to cost him the reds. He needs to get out. Go back to the Mega, bro. It wasn't up before, it's up now. DistantLight getting both major items. Let's take a switch over to DistantLight. See how he's going to manage this one. Very fortunate not to take 2 rails there. Like, that should have been an easy first rail for Pavel. And then missing the second one is just insult to injury. Good position on this red though, but he is taking a lot of damage. They both are, really. Oh, that direct! Oh, and there it is! Pavel takes it in the end. 2-1. I think DistantLight is a little bit surprised at that final fight. Holy shit, what a series. Fuck this. OBS is not happy. Yeah, I mean, it could have gone either way, right down to that final fight, and I think DistantLight was very surprised to see it go that way, so massively, massively well played to both of these players here. What a series. Arguably one of the best I've seen in Eggwp played.